Today is functional hypertrophy push day, upper body push. So this is the kind of routine you would get in the functional muscle program. Monthly subscription, it's very good, I recommend it highly. I'm going to add a couple of twists because I have a couple of different pieces of kit that most people don't have access to. So this is a kind of a little bit more advanced version, but it's to give you a sense of the kind of training you do and the purpose of it, and to try and dispel some of the myths. Like I say, most people do way too many sets and repetitions than they need to. They spend almost double the work they need to do in terms of benefit to time ratio. 10, 12 sets over the course of a week for most body parts is plenty. But functional muscle being functional muscle isn't just about building muscle, it's about building strength you can use. And muscle isn't just for the mirrors, it's about building function, it's about having the ability when the shit hits the fan to be able to use your body to potentially save your own life. That's just the extreme benefit. But obviously the most common benefit is the general day-to-day ins and outs, just having a good, strong, healthy body that will last for a long time. Remember, you're here for not just a good time, you're here for hopefully a long time. So let's get on with it. It's going to be broken down into a couple of different stages. The first stage is mobility. If you aren't doing mobility, you're not training properly, you're not looking after your vehicle. We all go to get our vehicle tested and inspected to make sure it's roadworthy. This is your chance to make your vehicle roadworthy. We do our mobility work, we get the body primed, set, then we move into a kind of more of a little bit more dynamic, but not fully dynamic. We'll move into some mobility stuff. We move into some timing, coordination, some body balance drills. Then we move into a bit of power. Then we'll move into full power. Then we'll move into functional strength, a few exercises. And where this is going to differ today, instead of me doing an extra 2 different exercises at the end of the routine, I'm going to go and hit the bag because, let's face it, nothing is more practical and functional than smashing something. Let's get on with it. So I like to start the routine, upper body routine, by priming the shoulders. Start with some external rotations. This just wakes up those postural muscles because today we're going to be using all of our pushing muscles and I don't want these to be neglected. So I wake up the shoulders, start getting them ready for action. 15 of these, and then I'll do 10 overhead repetitions, and I'll do 2 rounds of the following sequence. I'll go from this, I'll go onto the foam roller. I'm just going to roll my upper back, and I'm going to do some protective exercises because I've got bad shoulders. I've had bad shoulders for a long time. So this is my way of, again, just kind of resetting and making sure I'm not overdoing it. I start off just by going up and down the back a couple of times. Oh, yeah, always feels good. And then I'm going to open the thoracic with a few repetitions. 3. And 3, and last 3, 9 moves. Oh, clunk, clunk. And then I move into my shoulder work. Always hard for me to do this movement. Generally always painful, but I do feel better before doing it by the end of the second rotation. I like to do 8 rotations, and then to really give them a bit of a stretch, lock the shoulder blades down on the roller, 8 presses overhead. Done. That's number 2. Number 3, V-stance, T-spine, nice straight legs, lock the hips. I'm going to push the hands onto the box. I'm going to open the thumb, rotate to the ceiling. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, and then I'm going to repeat the whole thing one more time. Next stage is to move into a bit more movement-based stuff, get the sensors working, get the chest pumped up with some speed presses. And then I'm going to move on to this. I'm going to try and do a 4-point balance, get the core woken up. I've got a feeling this is going to be hard because this is very soft core. And then I'm going to do some reactions with some catches. Oh, let's get on with it. Oh yeah. Woo. 15. All right, let's see. Don't make a fool of myself. I'll try and do a 3 points. 1. 2. This is very soft. 3. Oh, come on. All right, got better. And you'd be surprised how much that uses the chest, so much compression. All right, I throw it in the air. I call it at random. Red, miss. Yellow, grey, yellow, red, miss. So this is 3 rounds in total. Set, come on. 6 in here. Hi. Red, yellow, grey, red, yellow, grey, yellow, red, grey. Useless. Come on, 3 in a row. Grey. Not stop until we get 3 in a row. Red, yellow, count, grey. Next phase is power push-ups. With the 3 sets of 6 repetitions. Quarter, halfway down, maximum force, reset in the middle. Let's get these in the right way. All right. 1, 2, abs tight. 3, 4, 5. Most important thing with this is you don't add the caterpillar. You can cheat yourself easily on this by throwing your hips first. I think I might have done it on the first rep. Throw your hips and use the momentum to bring the body up. Keep your abs tight, your feet wide. Imagine someone's kicking you in the stomach, and explode through the upper body and eliminate the lower body movement, because you only cheat yourself. These sessions are all about efficiency. I don't believe in wasting time. I believe in a lot of fast-paced stuff, supersets, trisets, and even when I would be having a rest, like after a minute after doing each of these, I'm also preparing for the next exercise. And so we'll get ready, and then I'll be ready to go straight into it. This is why having a plan makes such a big difference. Knowing in advance what you're going to do the next day, you can look in advance and say, I need to be ready for this. You go into the gym, oh, this is a problem, I need to think outside the box for this, because this area is busy, for example. All right, next one. Next sequence is going on to a bit more. Again, this is upper body push, so I'm including shoulders. So I'm going to do some landmine presses, but with my Viking press attachments. Basically, I'm going to work up. I'm going to do 1 light warm-up. I'm going to do 1 heavy warm-up, because I'm already pretty warm. I just want to get the technique in. And then I'm going to do 2 hard sets. It's all going to be 6 reps. This week is 6. Next week, I will try and up the weights and go for 4 reps. All right, let's get on with it. So this is the first warm-up set. I'm going to add obviously a bit of legs to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right. Comfortable. That's number one. Warm up now. This is the first of the 2 hard sets. 45 kilos on the bar. Let's see. Oh, it's good. I can get more on there. Been a while since I've done it, so I'm just kind of feeling it out. Oh, it's good. This exercise I'm doing by itself because it's a demanding exercise, it's a maximal exercise, it's 6 reps. I've misjudged the weight slightly this week because I haven't done this for a little while. After having dengue fever, I'm not sure where my strength is because I'm not even doing any direct strength work. I've gone for a 15 kilo increase over the last one, so from 45 kilos to 60 kilos. I will see how it goes. But this is the benefit of having a routine and a program and having structure, because on the app, for example, you put down your weights and you know 6, and then you have it as a direct reference because it will tell you next week, if you're doing the same exercise, what reps you've done. And you'll think, oh yeah, you know what, that was a bit light. So this will either be too heavy or it'll be just right. And then I know next week when I'm going for 4s, I need to be probably warming up on the same kind of weight with 4s before I go up for my 2 hard sets. All right, that's my rest, 2 minutes. Last set, 6 reps. One, 2, 3, 4. Just right. Perfect. Probably room for 1 more. Whew, that's just right. So now I know for next week what to do. So I said at the beginning of the session about research and indications towards how many sets and reps you really need to do, 10, maybe 12, as long as they're very good, high quality repetitions. But it doesn't really matter how you split them up. But for this block, I'm going to do most of my push-in chest routine or chest exercises in 1 session. But I'm not going to do all of them because I want to do some later in the week. So I'm going to do 4 sets on a flat with a functional alternating press. And then I'm going to do 3 sets of another exercise. These are both going to be supersets as well, by the way. And that will leave me with 3, 4, 5, maybe sets where I can do push-in exercises later in the week. As long as you're providing enough time to recover between repeating the same body parts, then all is good. So normally with this exercise, I like to do this on a plyo box because it gives me a bit more cushion, gives me a bit more room to maneuver and to slide off. I don't like doing this on a bench, but this is where I am. I've got to use a bench for this one, just in case it rocks back. But this is a heavy bench. I'm going to go into a glute bridge position, hips up, driving from the floor, holding the body. I'm going to do an alternating press, 16 reps. Why on the floor, why off the bench? Because I want to bring my lower body into it. I want contact with the floor, and I bring it this connection between being strong and motion. Because it's very rare in your life that you would ever, apart from being in the gym, where you would ever have to push where you're not engaging your lower legs. For example, pushing a car. If you just try and line yourself up with a flat back, push a car, the only thing that's moving is you. So I want to get that contact. I want to feel as if I can push myself steadily into the floor. First set. This is a warm-up, a heavy warm-up. Worst bit, like I say, it's getting into position for doubles. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, comfortable enough. That's number 1. A little bit stiff in the shoulder. Maybe that'll be ironed out by the next one, but I'll go up to maybe 30 kilos. I'm going to go to 36 and then maybe 40 by the end. And I'm trying to touch the elbows, not bounce. Another variation of this, as you can do, is a rest, pause, pause, switch off, power back. Keeping it simple today. I'm going to superset this with an ab exercise, but a full body ab exercise. You can film the abs. I'll show you that after this one. I'll go straight into it. This is the first work set. Hardest bit, getting in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ooh. I think that might be enough weight for the other 2 sets. Because it's different if you're doing doubles. When you're doing alternating reps, you're doubling the length of time and you're stabilizing for longer at the top while the other one presses. So it fatigues you a lot more than just doing a regular bilateral press. All right, abs. Full abs. I'm using a ball to get a bit of momentum because it's a very hard exercise to do without. All right, abs to stand. 8 reps, 1. 3. 4. 5. 6. 3. 1 more. All right, 1 minute rest, with 2 more of each to do. Sequence finished. I've got to do 1 more sequence like this and then I'm going to go and hit the bag. Question is, well, you might have 2 questions. 1, why am I bothering to film this? And 2 is, why do this? Well, the reason I'm filming this is because I want more people to do this kind of training. Don't get me wrong, this is quite an advanced program, but there are ways you can incorporate this kind of training very easily into your program by just doing simple regressions. You don't have to do the most complicated version. But the trouble is, people are stuck in a bodybuilding mindset, when in reality, there's much better uses of your time that will get most of the same benefits as bodybuilding, the aesthetics, but also give you a better overall package. The ability to move, be coordinated, balance, mental toughness, fitness. And I think sometimes if I just do a video that just shows me going hell for leather with no explanation, people think either this is too hard or this is nuts, what the fuck is this guy doing? Well, in reality, if I explain it, there's a logic behind all of the movements. Today's main goal is to provide good solid muscle foundation, but do it in a way that has applications in the real world, that you feel that you could save your own skin and have the confidence to do it. Like the test would be, if there's a jump you need to make between this point and that point, do you think you could do it across a building, for example, to save your own life? Unless you train for it, unless you've done it before in some form, you don't know what your limitations are. And people waste so much time in the gym, boring, generic bodybuilding style workouts, that I think they might get intimidated or don't know where to come for this kind of practical training. But this is the good stuff. I'll try this with a couple of 30s. Important. Make sure the ball is there. Sit down. I think the pop is underneath me. Into the position. Drop the hips, head up. 1, 2. Again, ground contact. 3. Instability. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And back up. And the good thing about balls is that if you press it, they give you a good tempo, because if you go fast, you bounce yourself all over the place. So they force a tempo on you. That's number 1. This is a superset. Superset of stir the pot. Elbows, 8 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. So if I wasn't going to go and hit the back next, this routine would feature another push exercise. I'd probably go onto a cable, add some rotation on a downward angle, bit of decline pressing. Maybe a tricep exercise. I'm not sure what the normal routine would actually have, because I haven't written it yet, because it's going to be next month. But that's the kind of scope. 5 main exercises. 3 of them are really tough. 1 or 2 of them are quite comfortable. And then you go on to the next day, rinse, repeat. Usually kind of 3 to 6 day cycles, where the following week there'll be basically a push workout, a lower body workout, a pull workout, 6s, 10s, or 6s and 8s. And then on the next routine, 3 days, 1, 2, 3, repeats. Push workout, but I go a little bit heavier on the lifts, same workout. You have the plan, you know what you need to do. So then after 6 days, I think it goes on to traditional strength. So it's barbells, it's your bench press, it's your deadlifts. And then we bring in some of the other fun things that add to this whole functional approach. Because your body can do so much more than sit at a bench or sit at a machine, listen to some rap music. Boring as fuck. Do something effective. Do something that challenges you mentally, because the gym is your mental forging ground where you make your body and your mind stronger. All right, functional muscle, that's my pitch. If you see this in 10, 15 years time, maybe it'll still be going, who knows?